Hey, I want to welcome you to Business 101, Introduction to Business. And I thought in this short little video I would give you some basic tips on how to succeed in this class. As you know, the majority of the content in this version of Business 101 will be delivered through a series of lecture videos. Each of the videos I'm trying to keep somewhere around 15 minutes or less, to give you, well, more videos, but shorter ones, so they're a little easier to digest. A few of the videos might be a little longer than that, but not much, hopefully, and some of them will be substantially shorter. But what I've found in working with students online is, if I can break up a topic into smaller digestible chunks, it's a little easier for you to digest based on your schedules, your availability, and of course, nobody wants to sit and watch a talking head lecture for 2 hours at a stretch, right? However, I will say this. One of the ways that you can maximize your success in this class is to listen to the videos correctly. What does that mean? Well, each of the lecture videos deals with a particular set of PowerPoint slides, which I've also given to you in Canvas. The most effective way for you to listen and study each of the lecture videos is to also have the slides in front of you. Now, you can do that a number of ways. You can download the PowerPoint deck and print them out and look at the slides on paper. Some people find that very, very useful because they can take notes directly on the slides. Other folks like to look at the video on one part of their screen and have PowerPoint open on another part of their screen, and then they can scroll through the slides electronically through PowerPoint. That works for some as well. Whatever works for you, I would highly encourage you to have the slides in front of you as you listen to my lectures. You'll get more out of them that way. Here's another tip. Another tip is to constantly be working through the textbook chapters as we work through the material. Now, let me tell you, there is an efficient and several inefficient ways to read a textbook. What's the best way to read a textbook? The best way to read a textbook is to open the chapter and start from the end of the chapter first. What? What I mean is, read the summary at the end. Read the vocabulary at the end. Even read through some of the questions and study stuff at the end of the chapter before you ever start at the front of the chapter. If you do that for a good 5-10 minutes, you will get a very good sense for what the chapter is trying to cover, some of the important vocabulary terms, and even some of the questions that they're going to want you to be able to answer. You'll know 70% of that before you've ever started reading the chapter if you start at the end of the chapter first. What's step 2? Step 2 is very simple. Go to the beginning of the chapter. Don't read the chapter yet, but go through page by page, looking at the comments in the margins. Sometimes they'll call out vocabulary terms or phrases and define them for you right there. Now, if you follow this, you've already seen some of those terms when you looked at the back of the chapter. Now you see them defined in the margins, as well as other important concepts or the kinds of things that get called out in the margins. By now, you'll have at least 75% of the chapter. At least you'll see where the trajectory of this thing is intending to go. Now, step 3, go and start reading through the chapter from beginning to end, making sure that you really spend time focusing on what? On the stuff you already know is key important concepts in the chapter from the other elements that you just reviewed. Quite frankly, not only will this make your comprehension better, it'll make it faster for you to digest a textbook chapter. I hope that helps you. It's helped many students I've given this advice to, not only in my classes, but all of your college classes from here on out. That's really my best advice. There's only one other small piece of advice, and that is for anyone who has spent time listening to video lectures. So when you listen to a video lecture, realize there's many times the ability to speed up or slow down the pace of the lecture. And I would invite you to experiment with that with my lectures, because there are students out there who get more out of the lecture if they speed up the pace of the lecture just a little bit. You can listen to it at 1.0 normal speed. You can increase it to 1.25 speed, even 1.5 speed. And if you experiment with that a little bit, you may find that because it goes quicker and there's less space in between the words, that your head is able to interpret what I'm saying faster and better. And for some of you, you may find that slowing it down helps you as well. All the lectures are also closed captioned, so if you prefer to read the text while I'm actually going through it, that may be helpful as well. Experiment with that. See what works for you. And of course, if you ever have any kinds of questions, whether they're big conceptual questions about content or smaller practical questions about how to best get through the technical elements of this course, don't hesitate to contact me and ask me the question. I'm happy to try and help you as best I can. Again, some helpful tips hopefully for you, and welcome. I'm very glad that you're here in Business 101, Introduction to Business. I'm looking forward to the class together, and I hope that you were able to take away some great useful things that you can use for the rest of your career. Thanks so much. We'll see you in the series of lectures.